Okay, hello, Pretty Souls gang. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. And hello, fellow Pretty Souls. I'm going to. This is the first time I'm doing this, and I probably should have been did this a while ago. But Pretty Souls are just fellow people who may come across this video. They're on their spiritual journeys, and the messages resonate with them, or even if it doesn't, they're just fellow souls on this journey of life. The Pretty Souls gang. They're those who have subscribed to the channel, they follow me, they watch pretty much whenever a video drops on the channel and things of that nature. And we have more of a familiarity with one another, or we feel like we do. That's the difference between Pretty Souls and the Pretty Souls gang. But that's not what we're here. We came through because I'm about to do the reading, the general rising reading. And this is normally just a general message that where I just kind of ask spirit what's going on, what messages they want us to know, and it's for the collective. Okay, I have oracle cards here, and I usually pull a little bit of tarot, and then I'm done. I'm in the meditation room. If you cannot tell, um, I wanted to go out into the open, but at the same time, I'm really feeling this intimate energy and being kind of closed off. So yeah, that may have something to do with the new moon that is today in Pisces officially. Okay. So when I did ask Spirit some things before I move forward, hold on, let me mark a few things. Give me 1 minute, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I got a couple things. I'll be coming from the book today too. So let's hop into the reading. I used the Crazy Sexy Love Notes deck, Angel Therapy, Black Moon Astrology, and I used the Arcanum Tarot deck for this reading all together. And there are some other cards that I use, the Barbieri Zodiac deck, and they're just my bookmarks. But a lot of times I've noticed that when I have bookmarks and stuff for the books that I'm going to read from, I find that a lot of times there are messages even in those cards that are pulled too. First card that came out with me asking Spirit for the messages for the collective for the week of February the 23rd through the 27th, and specifically for today, we got trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. So, off the cuff, I'm going to say that a lot of us, we could be in that energy where we've been practicing trusting our intuition a lot more. Um, or you're already pretty strong in that energy. And if you're not, Spirit is encouraging you to start listening to yourself. Start listening to that voice within you that tells you to do something or to not do something for that matter. Dealing with your gut. Okay. So here's what the card says. It's time to stop seeking advice from others and go inside instead. You know what's best for your body, mind, and spirit. Sit in meditation. So I love these cards because first the messages are on the back, but I also like it because in case you're new and you've never done this type of thing before, or you feel like you've never done it and you're not familiar with how to, at least with this particular card, it's telling you what to do. Here's how you do this. Sit in meditation or walk in the woods. Ask yourself what you need and then listen. Tune into your inner guidance, that inner voice. When you get a gut reaction, honor it. You have the answer and it's safe to trust yourself. Everything you need is already inside of you. So I know it may sound very cliche, but it's really, really, really true, you guys. We are spiritual beings here having this experience. Many of us have had these experiences over and over and over again. We've played different roles and all that kind of stuff, but we didn't have these experiences before. Okay, it's nothing new. So, with that being said, we have a part of our spirit that knows everything. Okay, and they have the answers to everything, and if they don't, they're connected to all. This spirit is connected to everything, animals, plants, everything that basically, everything that has been created, our spirit is connected to. Everything that we can see, and even those things that we cannot see, we're connected. So with that being said, when we trust ourselves, you can even just go on a walk. You don't have to sit still if that's just not how you move. You can walk. You can you can even meditate around other people. If you know how to block out other people, which most of us, a lot, I'm not going to say most of us, a lot of us know how to do that. Whether we are aware of the fact that we have that gift or not. But it's easier to do when you're by yourself. But Spirit is saying, get to yourself, make some time to sit with and listen to yourself, about whatever thing that's got you wondering how you should move, what you should do, what you should say, how you should say it moving forward. This, by the way, is just the overall energy. I feel like it's a focal point, trusting your intuition. And with this butterfly also being here, this is about change. It indicates metamorphosis, okay? Growth, progress. And it may be something that is, of course, starting from the inside out, okay? Many of us are going from caterpillar to butterfly. So the actual card that came out in response to the question about what Spirit had for us and stuff was slow down. And if you look at this young lady on the card, she's in meditation. She's outside in meditation. For some of you guys, you may be able to do that. The weather may permit it. You may be in an environment where you can do that. If you are not, it's okay. Just make the time to sit with yourself or take a ride. Some people can meditate very easily while driving, However, you can get to yourself and just allow yourself to speak and have this inner dialogue. Okay, that's what you need to do. But it says to slow down. When it feels like our world is spinning out of control, it's easy to get overwhelmed. But this is a good time to begin a daily meditation practice. Your mind is the most open and receptive in the morning. I can attest to that. That's when I am too. Which is why it's helpful to start your day with centering exercises. Cultivate stillness within and know that there is no rush. At the end of our days, we won't care about our to-do list. We will wish that we had loved more, lived more, and been at peace. Don't wait. Slow down now. First of all, that's a powerful ass message. So many people are literally, on this hamster wheel. You get up, you go to work, you do, come back home, do some work, go to sleep, do everything all over again. A lot of people are unhappy, they're unhealthy, they're not even living a life that they genuinely want to live. Some people are in connections and commitments, or even in other types of situations, business partnerships that they don't really feel are beneficial to them, but they continue to remain because it's familiar, or they continue to remain because they feel like it's a necessity. I need this. What is my life going to be like if I don't have this? I don't know. And for them, the thought of that is overwhelming. Others, they want to be in the place where they are, but the way that things are moving or the way that things are not moving is overwhelming to them. They want something else or they want more. Or some people simply don't know what they want, period, because they've never slowed down to think about it. They've done what people told them to do. And when I say people, that's either family, friends, society, you name it. Some of them may have even done what they thought they were supposed to do, like from listening to themselves. And I know that may seem weird. What I'm saying is they could have been listening to literally thoughts of other people, but because it was in their brain, in their head, they feel like, oh, this is me. Or because it was an idea that they could agree with at a certain time, they took it and made it a voice for them. And now they could wonder, okay, is this what I really want? Do I really want this? Because life causes things to happen to cause them to sit and start thinking about it. Long story short, I feel like one of the ways that we're going to get this clarity, one of the ways that we can answer this question about what we want. And even if it's not a question, if it's just that you need to slow down so that you can regain peace, within yourself so that you're not frustrated throughout the day, easily angered, easily upset. Apply some meditation time. Moving on, don't want to go on too long, but slow down is what Spirit is saying, and trust your intuition. Now, I asked Spirit to clarify, and what we used to clarify these two cards we got was the angel therapy card. It was the angel therapy card. So first I want to read the overall energies for those decks. These two cards came out together. And so well, no, they didn't come out together. I'm sorry. I almost fabricated. This card was the card to fly out. As I was getting ready to wrap up clarifying another card out of the deck of the crazy, sexy, cool, this one fell out. So I felt like, oh, okay, so these are two messages. I felt like we needed both of them. So what I got is that, first of all, many of us are being protected at this time by the Archangel Michael. During this healing period, during this portion of our journey, we're covered. Michael is the archangel that stands up over the elect. So there's a scripture that I want to say it's in Daniel chapter 12, and I can't remember the exact verse, or it's either 12 and 11 or 11 and somewhere in the 12th verse. I could be incorrect, but just know it was 11:22 on the clock. Anyway, there's a scripture that talks about Michael standing up at the end of times, quote unquote, which I feel like is more so towards the end of an age, but not here for that. The scriptural reference talks about Archangel Michael standing up to protect the elect. Okay? I feel like who I read for is the 144,000, which are the elect. Okay? So that's why I always say the 144,000. Those are who I feel are part of twin flame, so-called twin flame, or I prefer divine unions. I say twin flame because I know people have some type of idea now of what it is, but I call it 144,000 divine unions. So when this card came out, I felt like, yep, okay, this resonates too. Now, the other card that came out, the main card as the overall energy for clarifying both of these cards that came out of the deck for the crazy, sexy love notes, cool love notes, is parents. It says the divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. It didn't say the way that we think that they should love us. It didn't say the way that society says or that anybody thought that our parents should love us. It said they loved us to the best of their ability. I think that's really important, first of all. It says the angels are helping you to heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. In these 144,000 relationships, in these divine unions, I have found that a recurring theme is obviously issues with parents. Okay. A lot of times your partner is somebody who's going to remind you of your mom, both in the positive ways and in those that you feel are negative, toxic even. Okay. Your partner can remind you of your parents. Take that how it resonates. And so if there was some disdain that you had for your parents, then when you see that show up in your partner, spouse, whatever you want to call them, it can put up a block for you. It could be like, oh, okay, well, and you can feel that you already have like the lowdown on your partner. Simple as that, okay? But Spirit is suggesting, and I feel like this card coming out, it really further denotes that there are issues with parents in these connections, whether people are aware of them or not. Moving on. When I asked Spirit to help us to clarify the slowdown card, we got be willing to forgive. Be willing to forgive. Here's what it says. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. If that's not a card that's definitely clarifying the slowdown card, because that also mentioned peace, I don't know what else to tell you guys if y'all don't get that. Moving on, the next card that came out of this same deck, which I know is the same, it's a message that go together. First it says slow down. Stop just living life, the way that you're used to living it. Stop going. Make some time to slow down so that you can listen to yourself, so that you can listen to spirit within you telling you what you really need to do. First, they want you to trust your intuition. In order to hear that, you need to slow down. Next, they say choose love. Choose love. It says, if you're struggling with an obstacle or conflict, choose a path of love. Suffering, doubt, and frustration all transform in the presence of love. So show your love courageously, bravely. Show your love openly. Show your love with no strings attached. It's safe to give and receive love. In fact, if you have had a hard time with self-love, start outside yourself and then work your way in. I'm going to flip that around and say, if you've had a hard time outside of yourself, then begin with self-love. It can be either way. And then work your way out. Showing love to others can be a gateway for loving yourself. Y'all, when I saw this card, first of all, I definitely felt like this applied. This message can apply to any type of love situation. Family, friends, business partners, co-workers, but yes, committed partnerships. Okay. But the committed partnership is the one that it resonated the most with me for. I feel like somebody has a decision to make, and the decision that they have to make is, do I continue my life in this chaos? And it's not like their life can look perfect, you know what I'm saying? And if it's not perfect, it can look like they're polished, like they're together, but they're not, because they haven't chosen love. They may have chosen familiarity, comfort, whatever the case is, but they haven't chosen love. Because they have not chosen love, they are doing these mundane tasks every day. They're doing things that, yeah, they want to do for themselves or that they need to do for themselves, but they're still unhappy because they haven't chose love, or they haven't chosen from a space of love. Some of them, your heart chakras aren't even open. And this can go for me as well. I'm the messenger, but it doesn't mean that the message doesn't hit me first. But I really feel like this is about a love connection here, okay? They're saying stop just going, stop just working, stop just doing everything you're doing to maybe numb yourself or mute this voice that's telling you that you need to choose love over comfort, or love over being familiar with a person, place, thing, or idea. Moving forward, the cards that came out to clarify this card, also from this angel therapy deck. This is what the angels are telling you to do. Ear chakra was the first card that came up, and then cut cords I saw in the deck turned over as well. Here's what ear chakra says. First of all, I'm going to say that means listen. And not just to anybody. That's talking about listening to ourselves, listening to the spirit that's at work within you, listening to your intuition, listening to your gut. It says, notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. There are some people who are literally praying about this connection, praying about what to do, and you're hearing songs. You're hearing things from commercials or little bits and pieces from people's conversations that resonate with your spirit about something that you need to do. And either you're not taking heed to the messages, or you're still gathering this information, possibly to help you courageously make a decision. Some of you guys have been praying about it. And the prayer may not have been like a traditional prayer. It's a thought that's running across your mind. It's a prayer from your heart. Spirit knows what you desire. Spirit knows how you feel. Spirit knows what you need even. Moving on. The messages that you're hearing from these places, people, things, and the ideas and these thoughts that you're having, they're actually answers. They're giving you direction to what choice you need to make or how you need to go about making this change. The next card that came out says, cut your cords. Cut your cords. It says, ask Archangel Michael. Spirit's not playing. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. Baby, listen, this is Capricorn energy for me. This is devil energy for me. This is the fact that some of us are literally not choosing love because we're afraid, because we don't know what maybe the new connection or um this new opportunity or whatever spirit is suggesting that we need to do, because we don't know where it'll lead and it makes us uncomfortable. A lot of people are literally not moving whatsoever. They're choosing to remain in this place of stillness and indecision, and it ain't because they being courageous. This card, I want to say, it talks about being courageous. Love, to choose love is to be bold. It is to show courage. Fear, it is what is literally keeping some people attached to, I literally heard, to their demons. I'm going to move on. The next card that came out is the solar eclipse card, Revolution. Revolution talks about change. The solar card also definitely deals with the divine masculine energy. So whoever the divine masculine is in this connection, or it could be even within the divine masculine within each of us individually, or whomever is watching this video, there is a change that is getting ready to take place quickly. Here's where I'm going to go ahead and pull out the book. First, I'm going to read about this card because this is the overall energy that's going to be affecting the two cards that came out in response to what messages Spirit have for us today and what energies a lot of us could be dealing with. So let's go get that. I'm going to first read the card in brief because that may be all I need to read. It says, the solar eclipse card in brief. It indicates rapid change in direction or life path, rising to sudden challenges. It could indicate changes in job or residence, major adjustments in home and family situations, breaking old patterns, being pushed in new directions, self-mastery, working with the shadow, feeling lost, feeling like you're in the dark, facing what needs to be faced, willingness to reinvent oneself, being thrown off balance, then finding your balance again. It can deal with a shakedown, starting a new path, being snapped into awareness, becoming present, being required to awaken, being no longer able to rely upon the familiar. What? Tell me Spirit not talking today. I'm done. So let's continue. It can deal with crisis, change, divorce, disillusion, breakdown, buildup, relocation. So here's the thing. Somebody had a decision to make, but they haven't made the decision. So it's like Spirit is going to cause a tower moment or a series of many tower moments to force them. It's almost like a broom that's like pushing the dirt into where it needs to go. Now that may have been a terrible analogy. I kind of feel like it was bad. What I'm saying is it's like this is Source's way or the Most High's way or the universe's way of waking up whoever needs to be awakened. Yes, I said it, but that's not a word. It's awakened. The point is, whoever needs to be awakened, is something is about to happen quick, fast, and in a hurry, to the point. And this thing that is about to happen, you're not going to be able to continue living your life the way that you've been living it. Period. So for some people, because they didn't make the choice on their own in the first place, because they were scared to make the choice, they're going to dislike it. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to seem like, oh my God, no, all of this is bad. Or this is all wrong. But the truth of the matter is this is happening to literally put them on course. I'm not going to say any more. Just know that a tower moment is getting ready to happen that is going to cause change. And I feel as though it's in the department of a relationship. Yes, it could be with family, it could be with friends, but I'm telling y'all, this is a relationship. It could be a committed relationship, one that involves maybe marriage or at least a serious commitment here. Moving on. The next card that actually came out to talk about, the energies that we're seeing, we got 12th house, and it says escape. This is also the house that Pisces rules. Now, let me tell you guys what let me tell y'all what here it is. The bookmark for the solar eclipse card, Revolution, is Pisces. Another interesting fact about the solar eclipse is that it happens on a new moon. Woo, guys, almost went to church right there. I think I'm about to go. Real quick, I'm about to go. New moon today, February 23rd. New moon in Pisces. You could have very heavy Pisces in your chart. And when I say you, I'm talking about the person watching this video, or not. If not, it could be the person that you could be watching this video on behalf of. And even if it's not anywhere in your chart or your person's chart, it's about right now. Something is about to get shooketh now, if it has not already happened. Pisces energy right there. That was my bookmark for that card. And then the 12th house is what Pisces deals with, okay? So this is also where this change can be getting ready to occur, okay? For some of you guys, I need y'all to know, and this is speaking directly to me and anybody else, this tower moment that's getting ready to happen, let me tell you, remember, this was talking about putting people on the right path. This was causing people to make a decision that they may have always wanted to make, but they didn't know how to make it because they was afraid how they was going to do it, or they was afraid they was going to upset people. Pisces, they have a tendency to sabotage themselves for the sake of others. And sometimes that's good, but other times that's not good. Somebody's been putting themselves on the back burner for far too long. I also feel like this has something to do with a dream that some of us could have that has been put on the back burner. You couldn't even let it die. You could think that it wasn't ever going to happen. Suddenly, things are about to start shifting and moving so that you have no choice but to walk towards this thing that you allowed to die or that you thought was dead. I'm moving. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. I just had to say that. Now we're moving on to this 12th house escape card. I'm going to read a couple of these things and I'm going to hop and skip, and then I'm going to read this other portion. First of all, Scorpio. You guys could have Scorpio in the 12th house. If not, a lot of you guys could be dealing with someone who's got Scorpio in their chart, or you yourself could have Scorpio in your chart. This is the bookmark for this 12th house escape energy card. Scorpio. This could be where this death, this tower moment is about to recur, is about to happen. Or it could just have something to do with the issues that the 12th house deals with. Here it goes. The 12th house offers bliss, spiritual fulfillment, the meeting up with twin flames. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. The meeting up with twin flames. It promises of losing yourself in some beautiful other. But it might be like trying to hold on to a cloud. This house is also of poetry, and oceans is enchantment. Enchantment. It is where we lie to ourselves as well. This house also represents water, toxins, poisons, perfumes, candles, hidden chambers, secreted desires, Christ consciousness, and martyrdom. The 12th house tells us to forget about ourselves and live for others. But this may bring confusion and also peril. It is fear and paranoia. Did we not just talk about some of these same themes already? Yes, we did. It is beauty and love. It teaches us to write poetry and understand the messages from heavenly spheres. The 12th house inspires us to show great kindness. When the 12th house card comes up in a reading, something is amiss though. Something not right. Something something is not in fully where it's supposed to be. Something ain't on point. Listen to this other thing that I saw. It says it is time to get on point. It's not a time to ignore or overlook what's there. I'm going to keep going. When the 12th house card comes up in a reading, something is amiss. There is something about the situation that you are unsure about or at least are not privy to. All is not as it seems. Without information, it's difficult to move forward. The signals you're getting are probably wrong ones, and that medical test that you just had, the diagnosis is not likely accurate. What seems obvious right now is actually only a mirage, or it's obscured. That means you don't see the whole thing. You can't see the whole picture. Mm, hold on. The warning with this card is to not look to others for fulfillment. Did we not slow down and trust your intuition? Stop seeking advice from others. Come on. Spirit is on a roll. The warning with this card is not to look to others for fulfillment or to others to give you your purpose. At least not at the current phase. It's either the incorrect time to attempt this or you are looking to the wrong crowd. The 12th house gives us magic. Each is important. It says, while the 10th house gives us the truth, the 12th house gives us magic. And each is important, and you cannot be all that is without the other. Take heed and search for clarity. Watch out for deception, though, at this time. So let's do the 12th house in brief. It says it's dissolving of boundaries, the lack of definition, being under the influence of something or someone, being a victim, seeing friends as enemies and enemies as friends, not having a clear sense of things, being lost in the fog and mist, glamours, which is mirages, falling under a spell, sleight of hand, being led. It can deal with mermaids, ocean life, beaches, leaks, cancellations due to wet weather, hospitals, the end of life, so death, shut-ins, psychiatric issues, being charged but not guilty, prisons, criminals, con artists, bringing bad luck onto yourself. It can deal with karma, fate, poetry, music, showing kindness, compassion, being converted to a religion, hopefully not a cult. It says the call to spirit, which is the one that I think is mostly happening, saintliness, hypnosis, mediumship, clairaudience, spirits, intoxication, old souls, the valley of miseries, the answer to love. Key ideas: solitude, slowing down, getting to yourself, charity, begging, hospitalization, secret enemies, exploitation, and or vision. Y'all, there is a spiritual shift that's happening with a lot of us. Could have Pisces and Scorpio very influential in our charts. And we could also have fire very influential in our charts, as the fire element is the next card that came out in this reading. And I'm about to tap on that in a moment. You could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or this is about some water sign or some fire sign who has water, however it resonates for you, getting ready to take quick, sudden action. Let's get into the fire element card, which talks about desire. And the water sign, how about all water signs in this bookmark? In all my bookmarks, all three of them are water, which also indicates for me that this is a spiritual matter that needs immediate action. Cancer. Cancer. This is my sign. On the sidereal chart, I am a Cancer sun, Cancer moon. Tropical, I'm a Leo sun, Leo moon. Cancer Mercury still, Cancer Mercury in my sidereal as well. but this is already resonating with me. So let's tap in. It says, the fire element card in brief: new starts, sudden change. These cards are together, right? These go together. We can agree on that. Sudden change in direction, usually dramatic in nature. A shift in drive, a dare, being spontaneous, knowing what to do in the moment. It can deal with competition, reactions, being challenged, selfishness, enthusiasm, fires and firefighters, electrical issues, kitchens, the hearth, bossiness, dynamism, speed, something quick, openness, whatever is over the top or ostentatious, philosophy, priests and priestesses, which is totally what I feel like these divine unions are about. The divine masculine is a priest and the divine feminine is a high priestess. Just throwing that out there. Being number one, heartbeat, blood pressure, the male erection, the colors red, scarlet, purple, and gold. Oh my God. I don't know why I just got emotional right there. First of all, Archangel Michael, those are a lot of his colors. Whenever you see Archangel Michael, you'll see him in the colors of scarlet, all them colors, or just two of them. I've seen all of these colors in my dreams before, guys. Woo, shit. Okay, moving on. Let's not cry. Let's not cry. Sunlight, motorbikes, being a rebel, bucking authority, noise, busy places, steam, smoke, candles, candle spells, displaying courage, having confidence, being singled out for showing wisdom, having a great heart, abundant creativity. The Two of Wands corresponds with this card, and it says, wait, am I looking at the right thing? Yeah, I am. Sorry, guys. Getting started, pushing ahead, strength, courage, daring, passion, and arousal. I'm about to cry because the energy that I'm feeling, guys, and I have to because I can't stop myself now. If somebody has not already been in this energy of meditating on this relationship, they are about to be in that energy. And I believe that they are going to choose love, but they haven't always chosen love. They did not choose it. Some of us could be in separation from our person. You could literally about to be meeting up with your person, because remember, this card mentioned about the meeting up of twin flames. Something is about to happen, and it's about to happen like this. Something also suddenly happened in the lives of either the divine masculine, and I have to say that because the sun represents the masculine energy. There's also been some spiritual energetic shifts within the divine masculine as well. That's about to cause this person to take action, okay? Do not be surprised if your person comes to you and they are literally, or they come to you and they're like, hey, let's meet up, let's talk, let's da 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 da. Can I call you? It doesn't matter how this happens, but there might be a conversation on the way. And with those conversations, somebody could be talking about they about to move. Somebody could talk about they want you to move with them. And if it's not that, if it's about a life path change, a direction, a change in your life, you could be literally being instructed by spirit to move, to change residence. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. These could be anywhere in your chart. This is for you, for sure. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm going to go ahead and move into the general tarot, and I'll be almost done, guys. Thank you for those who bear with me all up until now, okay? The overall energy for the messages that came through the tarot is the Five of Wands. This is a spiritual battle, spiritual warfare. This has also been a power struggle. If it has been a part of a relationship and there has been maybe a third party situation, or there have been other people in and out of this connection, or speaking against the connection, or whatever, involved in some way, this person has had to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with this commitment, with this connection, whatever it is, whether it's at work, whether it's within a family, whether it's within a committed relationship between lovers. There has been a battle going on. First card to, that's just the card for the overall energy. It's been a war. There's been conflict, honey. Some of you guys could have recently had a dream about a conflict with possibly the karmic. That just happened for me. That resonates for me if it ain't for nobody else. Others of you, you are trying to possibly avoid this conflict, but there's no avoiding it. You're here. You're in it. Some of you guys could be having this recurring vision or dream. You might know that you're going to have to choose between two different people. You could be psychic. That's another thing that this 12th house deals with. Those who are spiritually gifted. You are psychic, you're seers, you're healers, root workers. That's what I'm going to just put healers. When I say healers, I'm talking about all those different methods of healing. Moving on. First card out of the deck when I was asking Spirit to, what messages to go along with, to come out of the tarot, please excuse me, I got the Hanged Man energy. That is Pisces energy all day. And for some people, this means that you need to go into solitude. You need to restrict yourself. You need to set up boundaries so that people cannot just come in and infiltrate your energy right now. For others of you, you've already been in this place of solitude. For some of you guys, you could have been in the hospital recently. Some could be getting ready to go into the hospital. And the reason that you're going into the hospital is so that you can be made to sit your ass down. Made to be still so that you can hear from your spirit. So that you can slow down. So that you can realize that you need to choose love. Because what did it say? It said, not in this one. It was at the back of this slow. It said, at the end of our day, that's talking about at the end of life, or when death is knocking at the door, or when you know death is present, you're not going to care. And it may not even be death. It could be just when you get older, when you're aged. We won't care about our to-do list. We will wish that we had loved more, lived more, and been at peace. So don't wait. Do that now. Some of you guys, and I'm again, this could be about the divine masculine more than anything, but it doesn't have to be the case. This could be anybody. Some people have been working so hard, beating themselves up. And you say things like, I'll sleep or I'll rest when I'm dead. Or you say these other things like, oh, I don't got time to rest right now. I'm trying to make money. Or I don't have time to rest right now. I got things that I want to do and I need to, I'm working myself to death and I'm doing all of this stuff and I'm not making time for spirit to deal with me except for whenever, because I got shit I got to get done. You're not being present. You're not listening to spirit. So now spirit gonna have to knock you down. Possibly. We still on hangman energy. But somebody is going to have to get a different perspective. And in doing that, you either going to choose to go sit yourself down somewhere, or spirit is like, but I don't feel like somebody didn't make the choice. I really don't feel like somebody didn't make the choice. So they had to get knocked down by this solar eclipse. You didn't do it. You didn't make the choice. So Spirit had to do it for you. Or some of you guys did make the choice. And in making the choice, you're right in alignment for right where you're supposed to be as far as making the decision that is going to lead to your changes. The next card that came out is the Three of Wands in reverse. I feel as though somebody could have been in suspension. Somebody could have been off into themselves, creating these boundaries, and in doing that, they put something on hold. But now with the Three of Wands in reverse, or excuse me, let me finish that thought. With the Three of Wands in reverse, suspension could be getting ready to be lifted. Hence the reason for what sudden and quick action that's getting ready to come. Maybe even sudden communication that's getting ready to come. For others of you, it's after you get still. It's after this period of solitude, after this period of confinement, after this period of being just to yourself, going within, you're going to be able to come out of suspense. And it's going to happen quickly and suddenly. That's what the Three of Wands is telling me here. After a period of tug of war, after this spiritual last battle, after this power struggle, it could be in regards to a committed union. This is a card in the minor arcana that represents to me the twin flame connection, or the 144,000 connection. The Four of Wands could deal with the fact that, okay, this could have been a connection that had been new. It could have been getting ready to be established when the conflict entered in. And you guys could have all the makings for a nice home, but there are certain things that still need to be worked out, certain little kinks and details that still need to be worked out. Other people, you know that you could be happy with this person. This person, if you guys had ever lived together before, you were happy. This person made you happy. You guys were friends. You were companions. This could also have something to do with friendship at this point, because if I'm not mistaken, Pisces also deals with the friendship, friends, lovers, all that. You know, there could have been a period of time where you and somebody weren't talking. You were friends before. You had a very deep, passionate love for one another, even if it wasn't like, it was platonic. It could have been platonic. But nevertheless, something happened. Some type of conflict happened, arguments, gossip, he say, she say, whatever the case may be. It happened and it could have separated you two. Boundaries needed to be put up in place. Pisces can also deal with healing. So some healing needed to take place. And during that period of healing, you guys weren't dealing with each other, probably didn't see each other, weren't talking. So there was just this suspense. And somebody was left wondering, oh, I wonder if this person and I are ever going to be on the good foot again. Are we ever going to be cool? Are we ever going to communicate again? And somebody could have literally been longing and waiting for a reunion of sorts. This card coming out after the Pisces indicates that there's going to be a reunion to me, and it's going to happen suddenly. That suspense is over. The wait is over. For others of you where this is dealing with a love and committed union, some of you guys are going to come out of suspense. You guys are going to move in together. This also can indicate weddings and or receptions, celebrations. Spirit, I said I was going to be done, guys, but I really would love to clarify a few of these cards. I'll just do that in the extended because this is already a long video. So without further ado, this is the end of the reading for the general rising reading, you guys. I pray that something resonated. I didn't do signs much, but just know that if this message resonates with you, then it's your story. Okay. That's all the announcements that I'll make for right now, since this video is already long and drawn out. This has been the Pretty Coach and the Pretty Coach Oracles. Please make sure that you like, comment on this video, and subscribe, you guys. Until next time, this has been the Pretty Coach and the Pretty Coach Oracles. I am signing off. Bye-bye. Oh, before I let y'all go, the extended for this reading will be up on my Patreon. So if you're not already a member on Patreon, check that out, okay? If I'm led to, I may put it on my blog on my website. So you might want to go over there and become a site member. There it's free. to become a site member. And if I'm led, I'll do that. Other than that, with Patreon, you do have to sign up for a membership, but I have tiers, and I think they're like $2, $5, or $2, $7, and $10. It's not a lot, but it is a monthly subscription. There on Patreon, you will get access to all extendeds that I do, period, no matter what your sign is. Okay? I'll let you guys know on my Facebook for sure which way I go. Moving on. Now, peace, love, light, and darkness working in harmony together. Oh, I'm hearing a high pitched ringing in my right ear. I love you guys with the love of the Most High. Bye.